How's it going, guys? Today we are going to be reviewing Forza Horizon 6. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, and since early access came out, I've been putting in a bunch of hours to it, seeing how it is, seeing the map, things like that. So let's get right into it. So the 5 categories we're going to be covering today are the progression, the map, cars, new features, and an overall rating at the end. So starting off, we've got the map. And honestly, it might be the best map in the entire Horizon series. I actually haven't played FH1, 2, 3, or 4, but there's just so much to explore in every region. Like, every single location has something cool going on. It never feels like empty or repetitive. Sometimes you're tearing through Tokyo City, going through an entire space station, going through a forest, or even climbing up into the Alpine region. There's always something new around the corner. The world never gets old, and every time I thought I'd seen everything, I'll stumble across something that surprised me. It's very unlike the Forza Horizon 5 map, where after a few hours of playing, you just pretty much knew where everything was on the map and there wasn't really anything new to do or see. So, before when I said that it was massive, the Goliath is 86 kilometers long, and in perspective, and in Forza Horizon 5 is only around half of that. So if you drive from the north end of the map to the south end, it is almost 35 kilometers, which I believe is almost double of what it was in FH5. And like, these aren't very small improvements. Like, that's a very big and ambitious world. And like, whenever you go across it, you feel like you're really exploring it and getting into it. One thing that was really cool and added that I thought FH5 was missing was a really cool backdrop like Mount Fuji in Forza Horizon 6. It gives the map an incredible sense of scale and atmosphere. The one thing that's not very good is that you can't actually drive up it. It feels like a missed opportunity because, like, you know, it's right there and it would have been a cool experience. But we do have the Alpine region with snow, and it's pretty much the exact same thing. Like, just driving through snow-covered roads and navigating those conditions adds a really fun layer of, like, exploration that keeps things new. It's one of those regions that feel completely different to everywhere else. The world design team at Playground Games nailed the map, and if you're someone who loves just driving around, this map is going to keep you busy for a very long time. Next up, we got the progression system. This is a pretty big one. If you played Horizon 5, you'll know it's very different. And in FH5, the progression was basically non-existent. There was nothing really to work towards, and I feel like the game was a little aimless after a while. FH6 fixes that. I love that you can work towards Legend Island, and it gives you a real long-term goal and a genuine reason to keep coming back. What I also like is that the progression doesn't force you down one path. The game actually gives you 2 routes to choose from. The first one is the Horizon Festival, where it's basically the racing, the competing in events and things like that. But there's also Discover Japan, where it's basically just exploring, finding new locations, taking photos, and just basically exploring all around the map, which is a really cool thing because the map is absolutely amazing. It's a pretty smart choice because it shows that every player can play differently. One person might want to explore, but one might want to race. Like, it lets you do both on your own terms and still feel like you're making progress. The only thing I don't really like about the progression is that the wristband events feel like they could be a little more rewarding. You put in work to rank up and you want to feel that payoff. For example, it would be amazing if hitting a new wristband along like a brand new region or like a special car that's like really cool or something. Like something that makes you think I need to get there. Rather than it just being like a number that's going up. Something like Legend Island, because it felt so good to reach Legend Island, and I want every single wristband event to feel like that. And on top of that, once you reach Legend Island, the progression essentially stops. Like, after that milestone, there's no real next step. You're just grinding your way to 100% completion, without much direction or purpose. It starts to feel a little hollow. Giving players something to chase after Legend Island would make the late game experience so much more fun. But still, this is a massive step in the right direction, and compared to Forza Horizon 5, the game is much better for basically having any progression system. So next up we've got the cars, and I'll tell you right here, I am not a car person. But even I really like what FH6 does with its cars. The Forza Edition cars especially. They're not just slightly tweaked versions. They're actually super different vehicles. The Mazda Miata is super fast and it has the engine sticking out of the hood. The Subaru BRZ is fully lifted and it's like basically a completely new car. And like the Nissan Drag GTR, it's super different and fast in a straight line, sort of like the Pro Stock Camaro. The handling is another thing that I want to talk about. It's a bit harder and more punishing than Forza Horizon 5, which might be a bit weird for some people, but once it clicks, it's actually really satisfying. There's more weight to the weight really matters between front distribution and rear distribution, and you actually feel the consequences of pushing into a corner too hard. And on top of that, the new customization options and like body kits are really cool. Even me not being a car person, there's just so much to do now with your cars, and it adds like a new layer to the experience. Even someone like me who isn't deep into cars, I found myself spending more time in the garage than Forza Horizon 5. So if I was a car person, I would really like this game with more customization and the Forza Edition cars. Next up, we've got the new features, and this is a pretty big one since there was a lot of new features in Forza Horizon 5. First, we got the drag meets. This is a really cool new mode, and I've had a lot of fun with it. And so if you don't know what it is, it's basically a drag race, but you line up by yourself. You have your own reaction time, things like that. And the one thing I don't really like about it is a way to sort cars by class when you're drag racing against other people in the open world. Because right now, some people could be racing in A class, and then one person could be racing in X class, and obviously the X class person is going to win. So I wish there was something to sort by class to make it more even. Next up, we've got car meets, which is a really good touch. It's not about it's not about racing or anything like that. You can just see what cars other people have, take photos of it. You can even buy the car if you want, and it's something that really adds to Japan's car culture, because I know that the car culture in Japan is like really big and cars are a huge social element. And it's a really good addition to the game. So, next up we've got the time attack, and this is basically my favorite feature in this game. It's probably because I am an F1 fan, but even putting that aside, I think it's one of the best new modes in the game. Like, it feels like a full circuit and you're genuinely like into the track, and it feels like real motorsport and like something that Horizon has really never done before. It's sort of like a combination between Forza Motorsport and Horizon, but it still feels like Horizon. Next up, we got the Toge events. It is a very cool addition, but there's still only 5 races, and I feel like they can really expand on that since it is Japan, and Japan, I believe, like invented Toge or started it. It is really cool just 1v1ing someone else or an AI, and it is a lot of fun. Another feature is customizing your garage. It's similar to how the estate works, which is basically just putting props in your garage, or in the estate's case, putting it in basically a giant backyard. It's a very small detail, but people who love doing those niche details, like obviously customizing their garage and things like that, would really like it. And you can also download other people's garages to make yours look really cool and stuff like that. Finally, we've got the aftermarket cars. This is a super cool concept. Like, it's very Japan, because like there's just cars sitting around for cheaper, pre-tuned, and I really love exploring and just stumbling across new cars to add to your collection. And there's actually rare cars like the MX-5, so even when you're exploring, you're still looking for something to do. Now, overall, the new features are absolutely amazing and I love them. But the one disappointment that I have is the festival playlist. Before FH6 released, they said that there would be a huge change to the festival playlist to Forza Horizon 5, but they didn't really do anything. The only thing they really added was the history car, where if you get a lot of points, you get a certain car. And they said that it would be a huge new change to the festival playlist, but now it just feels like the exact same thing, and it's going to get old really quickly. there wasn't actually new meaningful features that really made the feature more fun. Now it feels like a grind just to get rare cars to add to your collection if you want to get 100% cars. Finally, we've got the overall rating. For me, it's a 9.5 out of 10. The map is literally the best in the series, the progression system is amazing, the cars are really cool, and the new features are absolutely amazing. And there's always something new around the corner. You always want to keep exploring, things like that. There's obviously a few small things I don't like about the game, but this is easily one of the strongest games in the entire Horizon series, and one of the best car games in the world. Even if you're a hardcore fan, or someone who just loves driving around, Forza Horizon 6 is something for you. If you don't know whether to get it or not, just get it. You won't regret it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.